Ride and the S.E.E channel. Before we get started in tonight's segment, if you could like, share, and subscribe. We picked up 3 new subscribers overnight, and appreciate that. Thanks for joining in and becoming part of the channel community. So made it here to Meadows, Virginia. I want to say east, but I believe I'm off 81, so it goes north and south. So I'm north of Wytheville. So I'm hour out from Roanoke, Virginia, to start making my Virginia deliveries tomorrow. Got Columbus and 3 other stops outside of Columbus taken care of today. And yeah, I made a mistake today that I very rarely do, but this is the second time I've done it. And I got to my first stop, and I used a hand truck to unload. So the guy had a clamp truck to squeeze the product, pull it off. So therefore, set my dolly out on his dock, and I left it there, and I drove away. Got about an hour and a half down the road to my next stop. Forgot my dolly, so I had to basically hand carry or slide the product out to the lift gate. So once I get to Roanoke, I'm in there every week, so I may see if someone's got a spare dolly I can just throw in my trailer until I get back there next week. But overall, I appreciate that gentleman and his friends chiming in. Again, it's really appreciative to see someone take some pride in their truck and in the trucking industry, because you're out here for more than a paycheck, and you're doing more than just holding the steering wheel. So it says a lot when you go over and above and you really accept the vehicle that you have, that you're using as an everyday tool to make some money. That being said, just before the live, I went up and I figured I'd take a walk around the parking lot and use the restroom before we got started here. And I noticed being here at a Love's, they got 2 nice trucks up there, F-250 service trucks. The guy was in there cleaning the cab, and I just had to say, you guys really go in depth on detailing. I haven't seen much of that through these Love's has nice service trucks, but they had the wheels, the tire shine on there, the wheels done up. They had the paint polished and waxed, and I was really impressed with that. Yeah, the guy said, yeah, when we don't have anything in the bays, we're cleaning, but yeah, we make sure the rolling billboards here of these trucks, we give them spray wax them down, do tire shine on them, make sure the cabs are clean, orderly, no trash on the floor, jazz like that, no dirt, mud, all that from being out on the road. So complimented the guy, said, hey, it's good that you guys keep your equipment nice, and that's just it, just like the gentleman last night. Keeping your equipment nice says a lot. Not only being he's a company driver like me, it reflects, because your boss is going to invest in you because you're showing pride in the equipment they provide for you, working for them, and it really reflects on that. And I'm sure he also does take good care of his customers that he picks up from and delivers to. And so that's something to be said. That's the kind of driver I would hire and want, because they're not going to be gross negligent with the equipment, nor put it in harm's way, because that's the last thing they want, is to ruin a nice piece of equipment like that, especially when they take care of it so well. Walking up, I saw a brand new Volvo, and I mean brand new, and I stopped and I said, dude, you just get a new truck? I mean, is this like 2 nights in a row? And he said, no, I'm delivering it. He's one of those driveway carriers basically, he just picked it up from Volvo here in Virginia, and he's heading it out. Oh, sorry, couple hours down the road. He goes, yeah. I said, they pay you well, and he goes, yeah, it's got its good and its bad, but he goes, it's better than average. Could be better, he said, but yeah. So he was just fueling it up and just getting it ready to hit the road, get it delivered. So they got it to start doing the PDI on it tomorrow there at the dealership. Went into Love's, and when I came back out, there was a dude out there really just cleaning the bugs off his grill. You know, he had a special spray bottle he uses. He said he uses for cleaning his those acrylic headlights we have on these trucks for the LED lights. And if you use any window cleaner with ammonia, it will fog the acrylic. It'll turn them yellow quicker than later. So, you know, you just want to just use a good diluted solution of a window or plastic cleaner. And he just wanted to get dirt and bugs off, and you could tell. And I said, yeah, you don't see that often, you know, someone's going out of their way cleaning the fog lights, headlights, you know. And he goes, dude, it's the biggest thing. His pet peeve is just having clear vision, making sure all of his lights are clear and working. He went to Wildtech diesel school, but for some reason he said he owned a truck. I think he said he still owns it, but he's got it out working. And he's also right now, because he's driving a Mack Anthem, and I said, how do you like to ride on that Mack? And he said, that thing's smooth. I've not driven these new Macks since 30 years ago, when they were, you know, the Superliners. They were pretty well a rough wagon. Well, 25 years ago. He said really smooth. With his mechanical abilities, he's pretty anal about, you know, checking everything: fluids, suspension, tires, lights, everything of the sorts. I gotta turn you guys around. You gotta see this. I am watching. Come on, old girl. You can see on the door there. I've been sitting here. I should have turned you guys around and watch old Swifty Swift. And I don't want to brag too much on other people. We're all rookies in that. Man, this cab has just been snapping. See that right there, side to side. He has been trying to back up, and he's got a straight shot. It's a straight line backup to that spot, and he is, I don't know if he's like, he starts backing up and he hits the brakes. See that? He's been doing that this whole time since he's been way up there by the covered wagon. He has been up there. I don't know what he's doing. And let's just, while we're having this conversation, I'm going to leave you folks out here. This is the truck stop. I had my wife on here one night. I FaceTimed her. And this is the truck stop where everyone was just racing through here. And I got the CV on, so we'll see if anything goes on. This guy's even stopped because he's waiting to see what Swift's going to do. I mean, that truck is he's just rocking it. It's almost like he's got the trailer brake set and he's just forcing that truck backwards. I don't know why he can't back up just nice and smooth. It shouldn't be that difficult on an asphalt parking lot that's flat to back straight up without just snapping your truck from side to side. So the guy with the Mack Anthem, he's hauling tanker, and so we had a pretty good conversation. But you know, I got a mechanic's background before I started driving truck, so we exchanged those pleasantries of, you know, our backgrounds. And then but he's making a good living on driving truck. But yeah, I said, right now in this industry, if a guy's getting in it, I said, man, I don't know what Swift's doing here. Let's just keep an eye on Swifty. He's pulling out now. Swifty, what are you doing? Why do you make it so hard for yourself? I said, there's two areas, and my friend Bob, he just got his hazmat and tanker, and congratulations to him for that. Uh, geez, Swifty, he is just snapping that cab. I would imagine all my food and perish. Look at that. This is what sometimes it's just entertaining to watch. And you want to help someone, but I don't know what he's doing to make that truck jump like that. So I told the guy, I said, you know, Bob has got his hazmat, tankers, doubles, triples. But I told the guy, I said, in this industry right now, if you're going to be a truck driver, you need to get into chemical hauling, tanker, or food grade, or over-dimensional heavy haul. And I said, that's where the money's at right now. And, you know, a lot of guys, that means you're going to have to get out and work, load and unload, you know, secure your load, securement of your load down and stuff like that. Yeah, these guys are just flying through here. So you guys are going to have fun watching me have a conversation and just watch. You know, let's zoom back up. There we go. Yeah, this is Swifty, I think, is in the hole, parked, maybe. But they will come through this parking lot just racing like a rape tape. So I don't know why, but I've sat one night here months ago and watched this go down. So yeah, there's money to be made out here, but you're not going to be coming out here trying to make the money I make just holding the steering wheel and go down the road. You're going to have to physically work. You're going to have to get out. You're going to have to lift, move. I move, you know, some jobs will ask you, you know, can you lift 50 pounds of weight? You know, with this job in the company I'm at, it more or less, you need to be at least able to move 200 to 400 pounds using a hand truck for the most part. So a lot of this product we haul can be anywhere from 100 to 200 pounds singly, or double stacked. It could be anywhere from, you know, 250 to 400 pounds. So yeah, I don't know. These guys really race through here a lot, and there's people walking through here just like a residential zone. You guys got to be really on your A game to really step cautiously when you go through a parking lot, truck stop, shipper, receiver, and what have you. But yeah, so if you're going to be in this game, my advice is, with this downturn in the economy, and it's probably going to be even far worse in 2025. I really think we're probably going to hit harder in a deeper economic collapse than the 1930s depression. So it's just going to be really bad. Therefore, I can't preach it enough. Don't go out and buy big ticket items. Now is not a time to go out and buy a new car, take an extravagant trip, spend money on discretionary and useless stuff. Right now, the money, our currency, the United States dollar, our currency is on the fiat system. The fiat system, if you Google it, it's just a system. It's a debt-based system. It is meant to be spent and not saved. Our currency is not meant to be saved. So you can't just take the dollar and put it in a savings account. You have to put it into a tangible asset that will produce you a dividend, compound interest, or some kind of appreciating asset, as such, like real estate. So right now, you either or put it in gold and silver. You need to not be spending money on stupid things, and therefore, and I'm here, folks. I can see some people have jumped in and all that. I just turned the camera around because we were earlier. I see the viewer. There's Swifties right on the other side of this red truck. He was backing up, and if you check the beginning of this, you can see him just backing up and just snapping that cab on the airbags, trying to back up. And he was working at it for 5-7 minutes, trying to get in that hole. So I figured I'd just put you out here, and you guys can see all the. It's kind of like watching the newbies buying a camper and backing up at the campground for the first time, or people that buy boats and at the boat launch and you just watch them just right there. Look how fast that guy is just flying through there. I mean, you got to be cranking about 15, 20 miles an hour just cornering like that in a congested parking lot. But, yeah, with our currency, right now is not a time to be out just putting your money on liabilities. Trips, fancy new car, jazz like that. If we have just the only two things I'm doing with the cash that's coming into our house is it's paying off any debts we have, and about an 80-20 split, and then the other 20% is into hedging it into an investments. That will open up more when more debt gets paid off. The more I am going to leverage. Eventually, I like to have a 70-30, 80-20, where that 70-80% is going to go into investments, and I'm going to live off 20-30%. So that's how I'm going to flip the script on it over the years. But for now, people are like, why do you always work 7 days a week? Because when I'm not out here working, I'm at home working. And I said, it's not that I'm working, I'm cash flowing. I'm driving the truck, I'm making money. I get on this YouTube, I'm building the channel up to make money. I've got stuff on my computer. I can open my computer up, start working on making money, cash flowing. It's all about cash flowing. That's all you got to be thinking of. Don't make it sound like you're working. Make it sound so negative or so like it's a hard thing to do. But, so anyhow, yeah, so I've just been sitting here chilling. That cat was really, he was like, dude, he was like on the Mac Anthem up there at the Fuel Island. He goes, that's exactly what he said was, yeah, that's the only two places that's making really good money is, specialized like tanker hauling. Whether it's, hazmat chemicals to food grade or over-dimensional heavy haul. Good money in that. Nothing to really, I want to say, freight. Yeah, freight's down. Flatbed step deck. That's your other one. So outside of that, that would be your third choice. So if I was picking the top three, I'd look at tanker, chemical to over-dimensional, heavy haul, or step deck, flatbed. That would be what you'd want to get into. That's going to, if you're an owner-operator, it's going to make you money, kind of like ATS here. There's a step deck right there. Actually, no, that's an RGN. And that would be part of your heavy haul because you can definitely see oversized load, stuff like that. That's where you're going to make your money. You're going to make your money in those entities. Freight like Swift has got there. Freight is just, it's a dog eat dog. It basically, you are scraping the bottom of the cereal bowl trying to get that last little bit out. And anybody can come out here. Swift and some of these bigger carriers, they have leverage because they have deep pockets, they have a big fleet, they can commit to contracts, especially with let's say shippers that are making product, and they just need to know that they can always call and have a truck there. Well, Swift has got a big enough fleet that they can just pull anyone to get over or dedicate someone to that customer, and that way they JB Hunt Snyder, they can make sure that contract is always fulfilled. But the smaller guy, it's a little harder. So yeah, it's kind of you got to play the numbers, but you got to have decent equipment. You can make great money on old equipment if you got it 100% mechanically sound. Because these trucks go through a lot. My truck's been down 2 months this year, and it's a 2022. So it don't matter, new or old. You're going to have issues with these trucks. What the heck? ATS trying to back up. The hot shot right there. Yeah, here we go. So the hot shot just jumped the line there. He's trying to jump in front of Swift and this guy. So that's not cool. And that's what we see here at the truck stops a lot. And can't get my phone to straighten out here. Let's see if I move her over here. There we go. So yeah, the life and the times of being at a truck stop. It used to be funnier. Yeah, that's up a little bit. We didn't have the smartphone like I'm talking to you all right now. We didn't have smartphones back then, so we had CBs. So we could sit here and chit chat with each other in the parking spaces. Sometimes it'd be chaotic and sarcastic to say, talking to each other. Oh yeah, there would be people that would try to impersonate someone else, and it was kind of like listening to a comedy show with the CB back in the '90s. Very rarely, I've had very few conversations out here with the CB anymore. A lot of guys don't have them. Usually, your guys that have them are going to be your older gentlemen or your owner operators, stuff like that. So yeah, welcome to tonight's show of looking at the truck stop cluster hole here as everyone's bum rushing in here to get a parking space. I got here, I want to say 5:30, between 5 and 5:30, something like that. So one guy was there, he backed up, but it's gonna get crazier as what time we got right now? 6:55. Yeah, so I was gonna say by 8 o'clock it's gonna be one night I was in here and this thing was all backed up all the way to the entrance out by the fuel islands. And then, some dude's like putting his four-ways on like this cat and, wanting to signal that he wants to get into back into a parking space like Swift's doing. So this guy's going around Swift. Swift wants to back up. There's several parking spaces right there opened up. There's probably there's 5 there. There's 2 right there. So I parked the way I did because this is the corner, so there's no parking. There's one spot right here next to Rosedale and that flatbed. There may be some guys that'll sneak in down here, but I got a straight shot out. The big thing I look at when I park, when I back into a spot like this, or even say a Walmart parking lot, but mainly a truck stop, I look at the exit strategy of how am I going to get out in the morning when this place is backed up with trucks all, just jammed in everywhere. Because once the spots are filled, then what's going to happen is everyone's just going to start filling in open voids. So I'm positioned pretty well to get out and, get out of here and get on the road without delays. I try to make sure, that I got a clear, like I can drive right out of my spot and drive out of the parking lot without having to zig and zag and just thread through a bunch of other parked trucks. But see, now this is a different Swift. There was another Swift over here to my left, and earlier, you can rewind the video when we're done. You can watch him backing up, nearly jerking his cab right off the frame, trying to back an automatic. They're automatics, and I don't know what he was doing, but that was just comical. So let's watch Swifty Swift back up. So this could be good, bad. Oh, and look, our favorite company of villains, Western Express. Jeez, I wouldn't never touch those guys with a 10-foot pole. I'm just not a Western Express person. They've got some bad reputation. Let's just say if you got a lot of tickets, if you have a criminal background, you could probably slide in one of their seats. So I'll leave it there. See, so Swifty Swift, he's making life hard when he's got 5 open spots. You got PS over here. He's coming in with stop deck. And that's what I said. that would be a way to go. If you're going to make some money, step decks, because the nice thing about those step decks there is with that drop down there, getting roll-on equipment like tractor, agricultural equipment. Now this dude here is going to try to cut in line. Now they're seeing a bigger picture. Like I said, it's just entertaining. The pressure is on for Swift, all right. So Western Express, P.S. Oh, this guy's backing up over here. Actually, this is a female driver. Nope, that isn't. Western Express is a female driver. She rolled in, she's waiting. And, let's see. Swifty's just making it hard. To be honest, none of the parking in here is that difficult. I think sometimes they overthink. But again, like I've said, when I started this channel, when I started driving truck driving came natural for me. It's just learning how, when I did RGN, removable goosenecks, loading equipment, to doing gravel trains and all that. It's just basically how to properly, dump and move and maneuver around. But driving overall, and when I say that, dumping, you just can't pull in with a dump truck on soft ground and just flip your box up without tipping the truck over. You got to make sure you're on firm, solid ground. And my friend Ron was always, dude, do not tip this truck over. So Swift gave up. Swift gave up on the easy spot. There's 5 in a row parking spots right there. I mean, 5 in a row. You can even see over there how many open area. It's like you're backing their truck into an open football field. Oh man, there's a truck coming in right there. There's a truck coming against the grain. Western Express she's gonna stab that in there. She's making it look easy already. And this dude came back after backing up. Oh, he's gonna U-turn. Let's see if he's gonna take that spot right there. Or no. Or is there a spot down next to me? Look at that Western Express. Look at that lady go. Showed up Swifty. I don't know if that dude's going to take his spot right there. He may just pull in and take it. I would turn the truck around, but he's probably seeing that. The only thing is, he pulled up. If you stay there, now you got that rear end of that flatbed there. Good chance if he backs up or if he leaves and someone goes to back into that spot, they back into his hood. So, yeah, that's the other thing I look for is how can I minimize anyone driving over the top of my hood? So, being these things are all plastic. Look at that. ATS is pulling up. He's repositioning. That was here. Western Express is about in there. It's like you got a whole football field of openness there. It's like, why is it so hard? I just love just watching. And I, you got to have some sarcasm. But, guys, sometimes people are overthinking it. And that New Jersey, when I ran reefer, that New Jersey stop I talked about before, I mean, these guys they had about 40 acres of open parking lot, and they made it the hardest way they could. And this guy here, he's just straightening out, but he's going to take his spot pulling in. Slow down there, buddy. You got nowhere to go. Pump your brakes. Goodness gracious. This is what I'm saying, is everyone's got to slow down. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Western Express, she's got that just about threaded in there. She's still making it kind of hard for herself. Now, there was a bunch of open spots over there. So, that step deck, he stopped. That dude stopped. This dude here, he's getting out and pre-tripping. We got another one coming in. Look at the lineup again. Swift giving up. Yep, Swift gave up. I'm wondering if Swift's going to come back around or if they're just going to pull up and take another spot over on that side of the parking lot. This guy's post-tripping. So he's doing a post-trip. He's checking something out on his wheel. But Yeah, he's really tight against that guy's there. Yeah, look at him come in. Jeez. Oh, let's see. But see, he's in crooked on that parking spot, so he would behoove him before everyone gets in here to, man, look at him just stacking and racking in here, baby. Woo, doggy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trucks. This is, like I said, between now and 8 o'clock, it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse. And now, Mr. Trucker Rod here already had his contingency plan. And I know this live stream's going on over a half an hour. Hey, we're just hanging out, watching everyone bum rush into the Love's truck stop here. Just watching the merry-go-round of trucks going around the parking lot. Some are just trying to get to the fuel islands. Some are just trying to get position to get into a parking space. Hey, right here, New Cascadia, Panther. That's a female driver there. She running a reefer. Arc best. But I have a contingency plan. So if there was no parking when I got here, down the road another 4 miles is the rider shop, and I could have went there and parked and spent the night. And that would have been my backup plan if I didn't have anywhere. But there was plenty of parking here. So yeah, they're just racking and stacking in here. But yeah, this guy should, because he is so pinned on that guy's hood right now on the rear, as you can see there. It'd behoove him to back up and to slide over. You can see where the yellow line is. He is on top of his yellow line over there, which that guy's probably opening his door and banging his mirror in the side of his trailer, which is not cool. I don't know. That's just courtesy. Sorry about screwing with the zoom there. Trying to zoom back out. Man, they're just rolling in here now. There we go. So, yeah, I love to be entertained, and this is the cheap thrills and entertainment I get. Just a lot of old school guys in here, but they're all, and I'm looking around some of the Coronados, Peterbilts, and what have you. There's a lot of us just, damn, dude, slow down, slow down, slow down. There's no reason to race through the parking lot. Holy shnikes, he's just gonna blow off the damn flatbedder. Jeez. But no, it does get to be entertaining. But a lot of these cats, I mean, 99% or more of truck drivers back in the 90s, everyone ran CBs because these cell phones were not as a thing for communicating back then. And the CB was, especially when you got into shipping and receiving places, they will, when you entered their property, they would have a sign that says, drivers, turn to channel 5 and check in. And instead of just parking and walking in, you would just CB in to the office, and they, you know, you tell them who you are and what you have, your BOL number, and then they'll tell you, they'll either give you a dock or tell you where to park and wait. So yeah, that's getting to be very rare to not at all anymore. Now they just give you a call this number, and they expect that you're gonna have a cell phone and you're just gonna call in. So I had a lot of that when I ran reefer. A lot of those cooler the coolers is what I called it, but a lot of those places would have phone numbers posted on the fence when you came in. So we're just watching everyone just bum rush into to the Loves tonight, and trying to hurry up and get their parking. This place for some reason just entertains me, but it's right off the I-81 here. Oh, I want to say we're between Roanoke and Bristol, Tennessee. And just down the road is I-77 if you wanted to pop down to Charlotte, North Carolina. But right now, I think we just want to stay away from North Carolina with everything that's happened down there. My wife and I have had some in-depth conversations with that. I think the government definitely, they haven't dropped the ball. Their mind's made up. They're not taking care of us. They're going to take care of all those countries overseas. So we're on our own, folks, and that's the way I've been saying it for the last year. But hopefully people are starting to get the big picture that anything naturally disaster happens, there's no help coming. And probably if a war broke out on the American soil, we'll probably be on our own and there too. So anyhow, it's a beautiful day, beautiful night. As you can see, no clouds in the sky. I had that all day today. Beautiful day. This guy's pulling out, so he must be all wrapped up on his brake getting out of here. So, but anyhow, that's my evening. I'm sure it's going to be more of a show, but I don't want to drag you guys out too long on this. I appreciate y'all viewing, chiming in. Like I said, the big thing with the truck stops, just to wrap this up, we, you know, when you get in, I use the Trucker Path app, and using that Trucker Path app, I can pull up the Loves here, and it's going to tell me how many parking spots, what it offers, how many showers they have. It gives me everything and every insight of this truck stop, how many fuel islands they have and jazz like that. But it will also say, and it's dependent on the drivers like me to chime in and say, you know, is it low, medium, or high? Kind of like, if you want to put it in that scenario, what's the parking situation like? And it was turning from green says many, yellow says some, red means full. And it was turning into the yellow when I got here, but yet there was still, I want to say it was 2/3 full then when I got in. It's probably getting close to a third right now, if not at a third. So I used the Trucker Path to give me insight on that. You can even look at it for everything from the major truck stops like your Loves, Pilot, Flying J, TA, Petrol, down to your mom, and it even shows all your mom and pop truck stops, your independent truck stops. And it'll tell you everything you need to know, like, hey, does this place have a shower? Do they offer food? Do they have diesel fuel? You know, well, obviously diesel fueling if they're located as a truck stop, but overnight parking, that's what I was getting at. If they have overnight parking and all that stuff. So I use, like I said, I use the smartphone and I use these apps as a tool, but I definitely don't want to be relying on them. I know where a lot of these places are. I've been running my route for quite a few years now. So I kind of know where I want to go, and then I always have a backup plan if that does not satisfy being able to park overnight there. So yeah, and then I also use the Loves app, the Pilot, Flying J app, and the TA Petrol app. Now the Pilot, Flying J, and the TA, they offer reserve parking, and I can look at their apps. If Trucker Path is not like it's been updated in a while, because when it updates, it'll say this was updated like 20 minutes ago or 20 hours ago. So if it says 20 hours ago, that's not giving me no new information. So I'll look at the reserve parking and how many spots are left on the reserve parking side of those apps, and that will tell me, you know, hey, if they got 20 reserve parking spots and only 2 are used up, then I'll say they got adequate parking, because once the free parking's used up, usually when you see like 18 out of the 20s already reserved up and there's 2 spots left, that means that parking lot is pretty much full. So things to keep in mind and common sense when out here driving and just doing your thing. So anyhow, folks, that's my night. I'm gonna wrap it up, get some dinner, chat with the spouse, and get some sleep. So if you guys like this, chime in. Let us know if this is, kind of stuff you're looking for or what you're looking for out here. Kind of a quiet night, but a very beautiful night. There was no really grassy areas like I did last week at Dudley's. There's nowhere to really walk around, and it's just a cliff off each corner of this parking lot. So if there was like a grassy field, I would have taken you guys out there and watch. Woo, slow down, we got trucks coming. So appreciate y'all being here. Let us know in the comments if there's stuff what you want to see and don't see. So until next time, folks, take care, stay safe. Knowledge is learned, not taught, and we will see you all in the next video.